everyone, Neve here, and today I am in my art room. I'm not at my ritual room, and that is because it is getting really cold in there, and there's still no heat or there's still no electricity in there, so I can't plug in my space heater. So I am in my craft room right now, my art studio. That's why we see this grid background here. And this is a little bit of a fun video. This is kind of just going over all the stuff I got for my birthday. So my birthday is October 1st, and the week after my birthday, my friend from high school and I, we went to Salem, Massachusetts. I live in New Hampshire, so not too far away, but I've never actually gone and explored Salem, especially in October. And, you know, it's of course really, you know, they go all out in Salem, Massachusetts for October, for the entire month. So, and I consider, since my birthday is October 1st, and it's, you know, Samhain is at the end of the month, I consider the entire month of October to be my birthday. So, yeah, I really love my birthday. So, yeah, so it was, my friend came in from California, so we went to Salem, and we had a lot of fun. We spent, it was a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday there. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I have just a few items that I bought there, not a whole lot. And in fact, I don't have everything here. So let me pull out some of the things I got. So I did get this spray that's quite nice. It's a meditation spray with cedarwood and balsam. And I thought it was just a nice alternative to incense, which I do have a lot of, and I do use incense, but because my husband's a bit sensitive to incense and things like that, I try not to use it as often, or when I do, I try to leave a door open so that it ventilates. So I have been used sprays. I've gotten sprays in Witch's Moon and Witch's Roots boxes, and I always appreciate those. So I found this, and I figured it's a good alternative to incense, and yeah, and it seems like a pretty neutral kind of smell. So yeah, got that. These are not witchy, but I found them in a shop, and of course I love these. I'm a big Trekkie, and so I saw these, and I love tins. I really do not care about the candy at all. Like, let me open it real quick. So that's this candy for the triple kibble here, and this is the dilithium crystals. Let me open this up. There we go, dilithium crystals. Yeah, so I really don't care about the candy. I probably won't even finish it, and I'll probably toss the candy after a while. I just care about the tins, and I will probably make little, I don't know, I will make something out of these that will be useful, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I love the outside, so that's really fun. Let's see, what else did I get? I got this journal with a thistle on it. So I can, in fact, take this off. I don't need that on there anymore. Yeah, I just really liked this thistle notebook here, and it's just blank pages. Not exactly sure what I'm going to put into it, but, you know, everyone loves a blank notebook. They're, you know, I think a lot of us can get to be a bit, you know, I guess, I don't know, can I say the word hoarding in a non-clinical sense, or is that offensive? I'm not actually sure, but I guess my point is, I think a lot of people, myself included, really like journals, and I found this thistle one, and it's locally made. Oh, it was $19, and it was locally made and handmade. So yeah, I just really liked it, and since I am into a lot of Scottish sort of stuff, you know, I just liked the thistle. Not sure what I'm going to put in it, but excited to use it. And then finally, from our trip to Salem, this isn't the only thing I got, but it's the only thing I have here. So I got this for on Morrigan. So I actually really quite liked this, because a lot of the statues or iconography for on Morrigan, it tends to be overly sexualized. So I kind of, you know, I don't have I guess, judgment on those who do connect to that iconography or to that statuary for their shrines and things like that. It's fine. But I kind of stay away from it a bit, and I prefer less, I guess, sexualized depictions of on Morrigan. And I found this plaque in one of the stores, and it was not expensive at all, and I quite liked it. And it's got a little hangy thing here, and I hung it right behind, right at the back of my Morrigan shrine. So yeah, I really like this. I like all the Celtic knots. I mean, there's a pentacle on it. That's not a symbol that's associated with her, but it's fine. And I like the horse and the raven here, or the crow here, and yeah, and she's holding what looks like a spear, maybe. It's hard to tell. And then it says Morrigan at the top. No fadas, though, but that's okay. So considering, I actually thought this was a really nice piece, and I was happy to put it on her altar. So what else I got there? I did get a pair of like Baphomet socks that were super cute, and if I can find the image of those socks, I will put them on the screen. And I got a few things for my kids. I think I got a pair of mushroom socks for my oldest daughter, and then my middle daughter, I got her a pride pin, and ooh, what else did I get her? There was something else that I got her, and I can't think of it right off the top of my head. My youngest, I got her a sticker pack and a little stuffed animal. So if I remember what I got the other item that I got my middle daughter, I will interject that and say that's what I got her. All right. So moving on. Okay, I'm gonna discuss something that's not witchy, not witchy or pagany, but I got a lot of this stuff for my birthday, and I'm really excited about it. So, for the past few months, I've been learning Japanese, and I've been learning Irish for years, and I've also learned a bit of Scottish Gaelic, and I did the Welsh course on Duolingo, and I'd like to get more into Welsh as well. And I've also learned a little bit of Klingon, and a little bit of German, a little bit of a tiny bit of Hungarian. Yeah, I really enjoy doing language learning stuff. I'm not really proficient at any of them, even Irish, that I've been doing for years. I really want to get back into Irish, and like full force. Get back into it. But oh, and I also know some Esperanto as well. But I was really inspired to pick up Japanese, and a lot of it, honestly, was because I got really tired of watching animes with the subtitles on. So I guess my thought process there is like, well, I'm just going to learn Japanese, and I'm actually going full force into it. I'm really buckling down and focusing on it. Like, I'm super serious about it. So I got a few things. Now, this I didn't actually get for my birthday. I got this on my own, but it was around birthday time, so I'm going to include this. But I got this awesome Inuyasha notebook, and I got this from Hot Topic. It's super, super cool. I love it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections here, and each section has, oh gosh, I can't remember how many pages. I think 24 sheets, but it's front and back. So yeah, so it's got like 48 pages, I think. Yes, that makes sense, because what I'm doing in this first section, I'm going to put a big hiragana sticker right here, and then a katakana sticker right here, and then I've kind of planned this out a little bit where I have, you know, the first symbol, first kana, there we go, the first kana for both, so ah in hiragana, and ah in katakana, and then e, and, you know, oo and oo, a and a, o and o, and then etc. so that's what I'm doing for this. And I'm going to put a bigger sticker here. And then I'm going to do several lines where I'm practicing that letter. And then might do a couple sample sentences down at the bottom. And I'm going to do that for each one. So that's going to be the first section. The second section, I wrote here kanji radicals, but I'm possibly going to do something different. That's why I wrote this in pencil, but it's really, this is going to be a Japanese notebook, kind of a reference thing. And I really want to make it pretty because this is such a beautiful book that I don't want to mess things up. So this is really going to be almost a lookbook, something that I'm going to come back to and really look through. And then I'm going to have sections of just kanji, lots of kanji sections there, and then common phrases. And maybe I was thinking I might rewatch Inuyasha, but this time in Japanese with Japanese subtitles. I watch it in Japanese regularly with English subtitles. I do sometimes switch it to the English dub, only when I'm trying to do stuff or like I'm focusing on something else. So I'm kind of having it on in the background, but I still want to pay attention to it. Then I'll switch it to the English dub. But yeah, so maybe at the end here, I'll rewatch Inuyasha, but in Japanese with Japanese subtitles, and I'll just find sections and write out what the sentence is in Japanese and see if I can translate it. And yeah, so that's my little project that I'm going to do with this. And so some of the other books that I got to help me with my Japanese, let's see, my husband got me the Japanese from 0, 1, and 2, which I'm working through. I'm actually quite into this one here. I think I'm on lesson 4 or 5. Lesson 4. So I'm on lesson 4, and I did actually watch all of his videos, George Trombley, on YouTube. I watched all of his videos for this book, and now I'm going through the book, and I'll probably rewatch those videos. And he also has videos for the second book and probably the other books in his series as well. So really excited about that. I do like the the progression that this book takes. It takes a very slow progression, whereas the next book I'm about to show is like full force. You're in it, but this takes it very, very slowly, which can be quite helpful. Like if we have for this word yomu here. At this point in the book, the readers have learned what this kana means, mu. But they haven't learned the kana for yo yet. So he kind of does this mix where he does the romaji and the hiragana together. And as you learn the hiragana, it replaces some of the letters, some of the words. So yeah. Inu to, neko to, yeah, usagi. So inu is dog, to is and, neko, and you notice an e instead of the symbol for ne, and then ko, to, usagi is rabbit, and at that point we have learned all the symbols for that make up the word for rabbit, usagi. So yeah, so it's I mean, I've already done a lot of the sort of memorization of hiragana, and I'm still like iffy on the katakana, but I'm still getting there with that. But I have only been doing this for a couple months, and yeah, so, and I've gotten actually quite far in the Japanese Duolingo. I have a massive streak on Duolingo. Anyway, so that is that one. Speaking of the hiragana and katakana, I also got these flashcards. These are all my hiragana ones, and they're mixed up. And then these are the katakana ones that are in order because I'm still kind of getting used to the katakana. But the hiragana I've pretty much, I wouldn't say mastered, but because I still sometimes have some issues with these. Yeah, I do very well with the hiragana. I'm very comfortable with it. I'm not as comfortable with straight reading it, yeah, so there we go. We've got the flashcards, and I also use various apps like Anki and things like that. Here is the box for the hiragana and katakana flashcards. And another textbook. This is a hefty textbook here. This is I mean, it's not that big. What I mean by hefty is that there is absolutely no English in this. So this is the Mina no Nihongo, which means everyone's Japanese, or Japanese for everyone. And in fact, it says it right there, Mina no Nihongo. So Mina no Nihongo. So that I do know. But this is for some serious learners here. It's all in Japanese. But in the beginning, it does use a lot of the hiragana and the little bit of kanji it uses. It does have the furigana at the top, so that's very helpful. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to go through all of the Japanese from Zero books 1 and 2 before I really get into the Mina no Nihongo. It is a little intimidating because it is all in Japanese, but I'm up for the challenge, and it's such a nice book too. Very nice pages. So yeah, really excited about that. And finally, the last thing I will talk about for the Japanese, I got a, where's my bookmark go? Oh, there it is. Okay. I got a manga all in Japanese. This is Yotsuboto, and this is one of the recommended Japanese mangas, all in Japanese, for beginners of Japanese. So I've been kind of reading this, but it's a little difficult for a total beginner. So there's actually a YouTube channel that is going through this book and kind of explaining the sentences and the talking and what they're saying and kind of the slang they're using, or, you know, like this sentence isn't grammatically correct, but it is how a lot of Japanese people speak. So there we go. Yeah, so that's what I've been watching that, kind of one episode a day-ish of that, and going through this book, and I want to get a lot more Japanese mangas. We do have English mangas, of course, but I want to get a lot more Japanese mangas and really get comfortable reading in Japanese. So, yes, and I am also you know, watching lots of Japanese shows, animes, of course, but because I'm trying to learn the language, I'm listening to or watching some like reality shows. Like I've been watching Love is Blind Japan in Japanese with Japanese subtitles, and because these are normal people talking to each other as they would normally talk. So it helps to understand the cadence, the pitch accent on words and things like that, as well as and just getting used to the language, kind of immersing. And I'm looking at the Japanese subtitles, and if I think I know what that sentence is, I will pause and I'll go back a little bit and I'll turn the English subtitles on and see if I was correct. So that's kind of what I've been doing. All right, so that's enough of Japanese, because this channel is not my language learning channel. I do actually have a learning channel where I used to post a lot of language learning stuff as well as genealogy stuff, and I'll leave a card pop up to that, but I have not posted there in years, so probably about 3, maybe even 4 years. So I don't know, maybe someday I'll start posting there again. Maybe I'll start posting Japanese videos, I don't know. But yes, so let me move on to some of the witchy stuff that I got. Okay, so let me see. I am gonna do the tarot stuff last. I only got one deck, but I got another tarot related thing, so I'll do those last. So let me do the books here. So I got some awesome books. I'm really excited about that one and this one. And these were two fun ones that my sister-in-law picked up, which she saw at a shop and she thought of me. So she picked up these books. Really excited about that. This is very interesting. I'm not sure if these are short stories or if it's a history thing. Let's see, stories of elven tribes, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so it's mostly about elves, like a lot of, I don't know, folklore or stories or things like that about elves in general. So that might be very interesting to read. So yeah, very interested in that. She also got this book. She saw this at a shop for me and thought of me. I do like that there's a foreword by Ronald Hutton. He's a well-known historian in the pagan communities. So I'll have to look more into this book and see more about the author here, Barbara Micklejohn-Free, the Highland Seer, huh? All right, so very interesting. Don't know much about it, so I will definitely have to read that and read more about it. These two were actually on my list, so I'm really excited about these. This author, Mara, I think it's pronounced Mara. Could be Vara, Wara, but she's Welsh, and I'm reading that like it's an Irish word with the MH. But so it might just be Mara. Mara Starling. Yeah, she is. She's a great authority, I think, on Welsh history, especially in witchcraft and paganism. So I think this is I wouldn't call it a scholarly book, but I would say because it's very accessible. But I think it draws more on scholarly. What am I trying to say? Like it's not fluff. Is what I'm trying to say. There's a deepness to this. To this book that I'm really excited to get into, but also a practical nature to it. So it is a lot of information, but it's information that you could use now in the modern world. So yeah, and my spirituality is very much of the Celtic, the Celtic tribes here. Though it's mostly Irish, but I also do follow a couple of Welsh deities, and I am very interested in you know, learning Welsh as well as understanding the culture and all of that. So, and the same thing with the Scottish witchcraft as well. So my ancestry is mostly Scottish, but and I am very interested in especially Scottish witchcraft, things like that. But yeah, so I'm very interested in both, and looking forward to reading this book. I was kind of rambling there, so I thought I'd just close that off. And then finally here I have Ireland's Immortals. This is a quite scholarly book, and this is a meaty text that I'm hoping to get into, and very excited about this. This is about the gods and goddesses and the immortals of Ireland, and it was recommended. I think this is one of the books that's recommended by the Irish Pagan School, though don't quote me on that. And I know Morgan Daimler recommended this book as well, and I do look up to on their guidance. I'm sorry. So I look to their guidance on proper sources for Irish spirituality. So yeah, anyway, really excited to get into that as well. So finally, this video has gone on a little too long, but the last two items are tarot related, and here's this one, the Cosmic Slumber coloring book. Really excited about this. I have the Cosmic Slumber deck, and I really like it. It really makes me think of my oldest daughter, honestly, because there's something about this deck that it kind of gives me, I don't know if androgynous is the right word, but there's kind of an androgynous feel to this deck. And so it kind of makes me think of my daughter, and, you know, and because she is trans, so it's like, and a lot of the characters in this deck make me think of her. And so yeah, I really like this deck a lot, and I'm looking forward to just having fun and coloring in this. And there we go. So that is that. And finally, the deck that I got, this is from my husband, and I got the Grunge Tarot. Really excited about this. I have been using it. It is not in order at all. So I've been using this deck. I'm not going to go over it too much. Here's the backs. Very interesting. I don't know how I feel about the backs, but it's yeah, so it's a really fun deck, and reading some of the information about each card and the grunge inspiration that they took from it is super fun. And the connections that were made with this, yeah, I really like this. And you can really see, like, that's obviously Kurt Cobain. Yeah, so, and I am of that generation, I guess, a little on the younger side, because I'm 38, so I'm a little on the younger side there. But and this is, of course, Smashing Pumpkins, you know, and yeah, so it's just a really fun, cool deck, and I had this on my list just because it's fun, and I liked it. And my husband saw that I had the Grunge Tarot on my on my list, and he likes grunge music a lot too, so he was like, oh, I gotta get that for her for her birthday. And yeah, I'm really excited about this. I will be doing a walkthrough of this in a later video, so stay tuned for that. All right, so that is everything. I'm gonna take a quick picture of everything and call that a day. Thanks for watching, everyone. I will see you later. Bye.